How you guys doing? My name is Jeffery Johnson. I was a college athlete first. I played football at Tulane University. And then in my fifth year, I transferred to University of Oklahoma. And after doing 1 year at Oklahoma, I'm now an athlete in the USFL playing for the Houston Gamblers.
So what factors determined you going to those schools? Because if I'm not mistaken, you had several offers like all across the country.
I had over 28 scholarships, so it was very hard for me kind of picking a school where I want to go to, because a lot of guys, want to go to schools. They got a big name like Alabama, LSU, Georgia, all these big time schools. But for me, it was really somewhere, where I'd be able to get playing time and somewhere that also felt like home to me.
What were your biggest challenges?
Just really my mental health. Just going from one school to another. Change is hard, change is difficult. But for me, I think it's, how do you overcome and, weather adversity? Like I said, with my mental health, I was dealing with a lot at Tulane, deciding if I wanted to transfer or not. So there's that part. And then there's actually a part of transfer. I just have to have clarity, just all the things I was thinking, all the things I had in my head. But it was definitely a difficult transition.
During your collegiate athletic career, what were resources that weren't at your disposal that you wish you had?
I feel like a lot of the times, like you said, we get caught up in being an athlete first. And so I feel like a lot of the times, I wasn't really so worried about, managing my money and budgeting my money. And now that I see, just being out of college, that's a big thing. You're just being out of school, being on your own, and you have to take care of yourself. You got to learn how to budget, manage your money, and not also talk about credit, taxes, and all this other type of stuff. It's kind of like, everything I've been taught and I've, learned just being in college football. A lot of the same things carry over until the USFL and just life in general. The standard is the standard. Like, you're going to do your best and try your best in everything that you do, but also you keeping God first and, keeping your faith first and having a good mind frame for whatever comes after you, whether it's just losing a game or just things outside of football. And for me, I think, it's a big eye opener for me. Just, hey, like, this has now become my job, not necessarily part of who I am, but like, this is my job. And like, at the end of the day, while I'm there, I have to take care of my business and do what I have to do to stay on the field. But outside of that, there was a lot of external factors outside of football that I was kind of dealing with as well, which is being a normal person. Like, football is over. At the end of the day, I get to go home, but like, so it's kind of like, what now? So, it kind of goes back to, managing my money, investing my money, and making sure I'm doing everything I can to be successful. That even comes with like getting my body right, getting the rest and stuff that I need so I can be influential.
What are your nuggets for losing gracefully?
Right. I just feel like you have to be humble, and, it kind of goes back to like your mental health and your mentality. Bad things are going to happen, but how you overcome adversity is going to determine how far you go in life. So I feel like you can't get stuck on one loss, two loss, three loss. You got to move on. Like I said, you got to go back to the drawing board and, do everything all over again, like break it down to the basics. And I feel like, that's what it's going to come down to. Cause like outside of sports, something's going to happen. God forbid, like some negative, some bad thing is going to happen. How are you going to come back for that? You feel me? So it's kind of like the same thing with losing. You want to be stuck on one loss and have another loss, or stuck on that one loss and focus on how to win.